Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So I am bringing you another client tutorial. You guys seem to like these type of videos, so I'm going to keep it up and deliver. So today I'm just doing a brown smoky eye. She is going out to a dinner. So to prime her face, I'm taking my prime shield from Milani and I'm taking it on a Real Techniques brush just to go all over her face. Then I'm going in with a orange color corrector just to conceal those acne scar areas and the darker areas under her eyes. And then I'm following up with a lighter concealer to conceal the orange. When I'm color correcting, I like to go in with a brush first just to lay the color down, and then to blend it out, I like to go in with a damp beauty sponge to help further blend out that shade. Using a small amount of corrector really helps me blend out those two corrector shades because I'm not using too much product, and then when I go to blend it out, it won't be so orange or so red that it will throw off her undertone when I place her foundation. The sponge that I'm using to blend out those two corrector shades is from e.l.f. I really do love using this sponge when blending out my foundation or my concealer because it's not stiff and it doesn't absorb too much of the product. For foundation, I took two shades from the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation line, and the combination will be in the description box below, so make sure that you are checking that out, especially if you are her skin tone, so you guys will know what your shade matches. When I am doing the base part of the face, I like to work in sections just to make sure that I cover each square inch of my client's face and just to make sure that everything is blended out very well. Now you will see me going from side to side on the camera because I am left-handed, so your girl has to still learn how to work around the camera when I am recording. So if you're wondering why I'm always switching sides, that's the reason. Moving along to the cream contour portion, I took my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast. Once again, I go in with my beauty sponge to blend out that cream contour after I placed it down with my brush, and I'm just lightly tapping over it and then moving it upward on her cheek and then moving it a little bit forward on her forehead, making sure that I keep it in the same place but making sure that it's still blended out at the same time, if that made sense. When it comes to the nose contour portion, I like to place a little bit of product down first on either side of the nose and then brushing it upward into the brow and then blending it out with my sponge. moving on to highlight, I took the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Pure Beige to highlight the center of her face. So I'm using a brush once again to place the product, and then I'm going to proceed to blend it out with my beauty sponge. And looking back, I wish I would have put the highlight concealer on before the contour area, just so I can have it to sit a little bit longer to get a more full coverage look. Once again, when blending out with my sponge, I like to stay in the place where I placed my product and then slowly blend it outward, but not too much where I'm making the center of the face too wide or too long. And then I like to go back over to the nose just to put whatever that's left on my brush to help shape out the nose just a little bit more, just in case I got it lost when I was blending out the highlighted portion. For bronzer, I took my Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in 03 Medium just to set the cream contour. When I'm working with contour colors, I try my best to use the lightest hand possible because I don't want to go too overboard and make the outer parts of the face look way too dark and not natural. To set the center of her face, I took my Covergirl True Blend Mineral Powder in the shade Banana, and I decided to bake her face because I didn't know how long she was going to be out at her event, so I didn't want her makeup to move, I didn't want it to crack, and I didn't want it to crease. To blend away that setting powder and to help blend together that bronzer that I used, I took some of her MAC mineral setting powder just to help blend those powders out together. Then I went in with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to help melt all those powders together. For brows, I took my NYX brow pomade in Java to help shape her eyebrows and fill them in, and then I took that same concealer that I used to highlight the center of her face to clean up her brows. Moving on to the eyes, so I took that same concealer once again to prime her eyelids for the shadow. I did set her eyelids with a little bit of powder because I am using darker shades and I didn't want anything to crease, skip, or move. The palette that I am using today is my Colourbook from XXRevolution, and this is the 02 palette, which is full of browns, orange, neutrals. This is my favorite palette to use on clients because it has every brown and every warm shade that I need in my collection. No matter what the look calls for, this palette will always be the first one in my kit. So I'm packing this shade on first, and then I am blending it upward just a little bit to cover her eye space. I am going back into this color multiple times just to bring up the intensity of the brown. So I am making sure that I get as close as I can to the lash line, and then I am blending it out. I then took a orange shade in that same palette to help blend out the edges of that brown, just to give the look a little bit more warmth. I don't want it too dark and too flat, so that orange definitely help make the eye look more warm and inviting. I then go back and forth between those two brushes just to make sure that those lines are not harsh when I am blending them out and that nothing is lost as well. I then take a clean fluffy brush just to make sure that the eyes are really blended out and look airbrushed. So for her lash line, I took the darkest brown in the palette. It's almost like a brown black, and I'm using it to create a fake wing. To help soften that brown black that I placed on her waterline, I took that first brush that I used for that brown to help blend it up and out. For the waterline, I took a black liner. This one is from LA Girl. This is their Shockwave liner in black, of course. And I'm just using that to tight waterline her lash line. And the lashes that I picked out for her, these are from the Dollar Lash Club, and they are in the style Sydney. I do have a discount code for you guys, so I will leave that in the description box down below so you can get money off of your purchase. Now, to help blend that black out, I took the same order of shades that I used from the top to the bottom to help blend it outward. Since I'm using a bigger brush on the lower eye, I am taking just a little bit on the tip of the brush to help blend out those shades to make it smoky. For blush, I took my XXRevolution Excess Blush. This is in the shade Cliche, and I absolutely love this blush. It gives the right amount of warmth to the face. For highlight, I went in with my highlighter Reloaded from XXRevolution in Just My Type, and I use it on the same brush just to help blend out that orange blush that I use. For lips, I took that same concealer that I used to cream contour, and I used it for a brown lip liner. I find concealers much better to use for lips than a regular lip pencil. It just helps blend the lips in much better, and it lasts a long time. Once I get done with placing the concealer shade down, first I go in with a brush to blend the edges of that concealer out, just so it will lay flat for the other products that I use for the lips. For lip gloss, I took two different kind of glosses. I took the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Amber, and then the NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie, just to give a natural lip. Alright, so this wraps up today's video. If you like the look that I created, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. If you are interested in more client tutorials, then let me know in the comment section down below. If you are new, thank you for watching and welcome. I hope you guys subscribed. My name is Amir. I post all things beauty and fashion related here on YouTube with a little bit of light content. So I want to thank you guys once again for watching, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one. Bye.